Oh man, I really need to get better at scheduling this stuff when it comes to time. Should have done this yesterday, but whatever, I was tired. So hey boys, it's another Guild War video. Now we're gonna be fighting some ae-KARINA, some Unbound Knight Arowell, and some Senya. So basically, a shitload of fucking knights. So, hey, what's the biggest thing that we immediately see as a threat? Well, I would say it's actually the ae-KARINA. So what I do whenever I find ae-KARINA on the team, I'm going to do anything that I can to funnel all attacks going into just that she uses. So we've taken her out of the fight essentially because she went in immediately to the Shuna. We already have Mediator Kawerik here. We have immunity on us, and we have cleanse, so we're not going to be dealing with anything like crazy F-KARINAs or anything like that. So hey, cool. And then also, we just so happened to get our turn on Arunka well before the Unbound Knight Arowell even went, and because Unbound Knight Arowell is a light unit, she has a barrier at the start. Guess who's fucking dead? Yay! And then also, we're able to just wrap around enough. We have immunity, we have attack buff. Hey, I see another good opportunity to go into the Senya. So, Shazam, I don't give a flying fuck if you have crit resist. I'll use a unit that doesn't have any crit. And Shazam, we just pretty much kind of deal with it. So, we've essentially taken out two really annoying-ass knight threats, well under, like, what, 15 turns? And now all we have left is ae-KARINA. ae-KARINA is only going to go into your Shuna. Shuna is really going to be able to tank it just fine, because I have enough F-res on her to where, unless I was fighting an F-monster KARINA, whatever, don't care. And also, Mediator Kawerik's with me, so he's going to be able to cleanse, he's going to be able to provide immunity. We're not really fighting strips. The only unit that would strip is Unbound Knight Arowell, and Unbound Knight Arowell would only go into Mediator Kawerik, and he's not like a main target for taking damage. On to the next one. So, okay, here was something that was a little bit annoying, but everything that I was planning actually did kind of work out as I was wanting to do it. So, hey, it's Ran, Rimuru, and Mercedes. So, the first things first, we're going to bring Benimaru. Benimaru is going to do his shenanigans that function off of an extra turn. So, we were able to deal enough damage, and we killed the Mercedes, so, one, we've had no opportunity of Magic for Friends happening, so that's really good. We go in, do our things, and then here comes Rimuru. Now, the biggest problem that happened was, of course, oh, LOL, what's element disadvantage? So Benimaru got hit with a really bitchin', just strong as fuck bitch slap onto Benimaru, and he's straight up marked for death. He has no chance of survival. But, thankfully, we were able to kill Mercedes once with the big amount of damage that Benimaru was able to do. We're able to use this time because, you know, Krau took that big, huge honkin' damage from the Rimuru. We'll go in, Krau, we'll Siegfried the Mercedes, and bam, we're one unit down. So now things still look kinda shitty. So, because, you know, Ran was able to get his turn, he just straight up deleted Benimaru because Benimaru's made of fucking paper. But we still are actually in a good position. The only thing that can go wrong is if the Ran either RNLs, or if the Ran was like overly fast and we weren't able to either put him to sleep in time, or he were to react with, say, S2, S3, which wouldn't really be too bad because we would be able to get the the effects from Moon Bunny Dominiel, but then we would get stripped by the Ran. Like, that's like what kind of sucks about using Moon Bunny into Ran, because Ran just kind of says, well, fuck your shit, I'll just kind of kill you anyway. Thankfully for us, Moon Bunny was able to get off at least, I think she got at least 2 sleeps off onto the Ran, and with that, we were able to just cycle around, and we're able to keep everything up and running. And this is where it's like, it's also hard to justify another artifact for Moon Bunny, because, like, Doctor's Bag is just so damn good. It gives you, like, a little tiny heal, and it also, you know, like, gets rid of any and all really bad debuffs that happen. Sure, she doesn't really need it too much anymore, but hey, it comes in extremely good use right here. Because, man, I don't know about you guys, but I still really hate fighting Rimuru on defense, dude. Like, when it comes to fighting Rimuru on defense, I do not ever want to fight this prick without Krau. Just straight up. I do not ever want to fight this son of a bitch without Krau. It just, Krau makes it so much easier anytime you have to fight that crazy shit. LOL, fixed damage. Alrighty, so here's like a pretty standard Conqueror Lilias team. However, I came into this fight with actual information. I was informed that the ML Landy was actually on injury set. Now, I go into this. This was a huge mistake on my part. Yeah, LOL. Hey guys, Lucent's got really bad speed tuning because his gear is fucking dog shit. Well, you know what? Whatever. Doesn't matter. We were able to kill the ML Landy easy peasy. And everything should be good to go, right? Holy fuck. So the ML Cermia is also on injury. So this guy was going for like a pretty interesting strat of, hey, the Conqueror Lilias will just go, and no matter who I pull, I will injure the fuck out of you. So I was like, okay, you kind of have my attention. However, because we were able to react with the Moon Bunny shenanigans, the Arunka shenanigans, and if I was actually rocking decent speed tuning, we would have the S3 available to us right now, and we would have used that just to immediately kill the ML Landy. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. Hey, whatever. Shit kind of happens. But here's the other cool thing about having Moon Bunny. So, we're going to be taking an S3 from ML Cermia, and then she gives herself an extra turn. So basically, the only unit that's really taking any form of punishment right now is actually Dark Corvus. Sure, he's a little injured. It's literally his only weakness. But with a Soul Burn Dark Corvus S3, we're able to just kind of push through, and we are good to go. So, yeah, this was a pretty damn interesting team. I was 100% not expecting to be fighting injury shenanigans, but hey, the strategy would have still worked. It would have been better if... See, it's stuff like this that does kind of make me think maybe I should take the speed boots off of Arunka and just put, like, attack boots on her. And then it's a matter of, like, oh, man, that S3 is going to be mad consistent when it comes to killing shit. I don't know yet. I mean, it also really kind of sucks that I don't actually have a maxed Little Queen's Huge Crown artifact, which is so stupid. It's 27, so I just need one more and then we can max it. And then, hey, whatevs. Oh, goody. Hey, guys, it's my favorite Ran team. Ran, Lilias, and Senya. However, I'm starting to feel a little bit more confidence going into this with a Elena, Ocean Breeze Luluca, and and Abyssal Yufine. Now, this feels pretty good, but like it never really quite works out the way you expect because you're dealing with a lot of non-attack skills over there on the right as well, and you don't know if you're going to actually have things work out to the manner of, oh, I'll go ahead and get my invincibility up, and then they'll all attack into me, and then I'll do this. So, I mean, that's kind of like the bullet that you have to bite whenever it comes to this. But either way, even though I've lost my invincibility on Ocean Breeze, I still have a lot of defense. And I also have a chance of, like, stripping crit damage, which is what I was able to do on that Lilias. So, like, hey, that's just pure luck. But, hey, just also straight up having, you know, def buff, hey, it's pretty helpful. And just somewhere along the way, Ran is already dead. He was just dying from random counterattacks. And straight up, the Lilias is already almost dead. We're at full fighting spirit on Abyssal Yufine, so we're cleared to go in as hard as we want, strip the Senya, and also deal a fuckload of damage. Even if we don't crit the Senya, which I'm pretty sure we don't, because, hey, our luck is fucking dog shit. She's still stripped. So now she doesn't even have the ability to counterattack anymore, and things are looking pretty damn good for Team Anti-Cleave right here. It still leaves me a little bit uncomfortable whenever I look at this because I could be fighting something that's way stronger than what I'm fighting here. I don't have reliable healing, but you know what? It's a little bit more consistent than, say, Edward Elric, Rimuru, and Inferno Kawazu. So once again, we'll try it again. Now, the only reason why I don't even use Edward Elric, Rimuru, and Inferno Kawazu anymore is straight up just because Lilias has that stupid EE that she has. If she did not have that EE, I would still be fighting this with Edward Elric, Rimuru, and Inferno Kawazu. Because whenever she pushes up, then you have like this horrible situation of, if you're not speed tuned properly or if you're not fast enough, you know, shit like that. Like, hey, is everything in the 220s, 230s? Like, well, no, it's not. My gear sucks dick. So I have to go for like whatever an anti-cleave option as possible here. And in this particular situation, I'm pretty happy with it. So, like any and all of the big attacks that really go in, we're more than likely either going to have invincibility or we're going to have def buff. And that's pretty fucking huge into, like, the Lilias Cleave. Now, a lot of the times, the Lilias Cleave is, like, weirdly speed-tuned. The Senya hasn't gone yet, so then she's not borrowing the Gab for doing the S3. So that's why, like, I'm not 100% sure this is actually, like, a really safe situation yet. Maybe I just need to get some better gear and then throw that onto my units. Maybe Ocean Breeze needs to not even be on counter set. Maybe she just needs to be on speed and just be a lot more thick. Maybe Elena doesn't even need to be on Doctor's Bag. Fuck, I don't know. We'll actually really mess with it some other time. But, like, either way, we just pretty much did the exact same thing as before. We managed to get through it a little bit faster, and Shazam, on to the next fight. So here, to those of you who are astute in paying attention to the title of the last video, where it's like, yeah, this was almost an Arunka video, but then I got scared, this is the reason as to why. And it's the stupidest fucking reason. Because, straight up, the only reason why Yulha is there is because we're fighting Savior Adin. Savior Adin and Sword of Cycling Seasons is like some of the dumbest shit that I really, really despise it. Whereas I could have, instead of bringing Yulha, I could have brought Arunka. Arunka would have easily dealt with Spirit Eye Celine. Arunka would have easily killed Savior Adin after the first turn of, like, you know, immortality. And then she also would have utterly destroyed the fucking Unbound Knight Arowell. Why didn't I do that? Well, the reason I didn't is because Sword of Cycling Season Savior Adin actually, like, scares the ever-loving shit out of me. Sure, I have a fair amount of bulk, and I'm somewhat decently tanky on my Shadow Knight Pyllis. However, a lot of the Savior Adins that I fought in the past are so fucking bizarrely strong. It actually, like, has fucked me up mentally to where I don't even attempt to speed, like, I don't even attempt to race Savior Adins anymore. I've been hit by, like, 280 speed Savior Adins, so, like, I don't even do things like throw Inos 2.0 at it. I don't do any form of speed checking whatsoever. So what I decided to do for this team is, one, we're going to have Shadow Knight Pyllis. We're going to also have Yulha. Yulha's there, who's going to tank some of that damage that's going to go into her because of Aureus. Aureus being an incredibly based artifact. Can't fucking believe it's a 4-star artifact. Outshines several fucking 5-star knight artifacts. But then, because we're having, you know, 2 knights essentially, oh, well, what's your sustain? Well, how about we just bring Rule of Light? Rule of Light is actually a healer that I don't really see used all that often anymore. Because, like, a lot of people have kind of just agreed that Destina just kind of took her job. And in some respects, I would say Destina is a little bit better than Rule of Light. But one thing I'll say Rule does a lot better than Destina is she's really good when it comes to, like, emergency revive shenanigans. Whereas Destina kind of feels like she's just there to make the fight take longer. Like, pretty much. But, like, hey, I really do kind of wish that Destina and Rule's S2 was kind of the same, at least. Oh, well, whatever. That's just the big kind of complaint that I have about it. But either way, we're already essentially done. Why were we done? Well, Rocket Punch on Shadow Knight Pyllis is a straight-up broken fucking artifact. Of course, it's a collab artifact, so good luck getting it, guys. Hey, did you know that the collective summons, or whatever the fuck they call that shit, is available right now? You can pick the units that you can summon. How convenient that even though limited units are on that list, no collab characters are on that list. So, you're SOL if you want yourself a good artifact. Fuck yeah! I hate that shit. It's pretty much the very reason why I'm probably going to just straight up skip this summoning process. Because there's nothing on there that I even want. But either way, Shadow Knight Pyllis with Rocket Punch was able to just pretty much do additional damage to kill the Spirit Eye Celine over time. And eventually, whenever you see the opportunity, she doesn't have a lot of barrier, she doesn't have her immortality, you can kind of just additional damage your way to victory. And same thing with Savior Adin. Shadow Knight Pyllis has a lot of extra accuracy on all of her moves. So there's your chance to do big damage there. Your Yulha is also going to be taking a lot of damage via Aureus, and also anytime Shadow Knight Pyllis is not available to be hit, bam, you'll do lots of damage with the S3. and your role is there for any and all heals and revival shenanigans that you could possibly need. Woo! We managed to do it, boys! It's only like a 15 or so minute Guild War, and I had almost nothing to say. Yeah! So, first things first, how many of you guys are enjoying the new UI? I am not. I will explain why. So, first things first, you see the area in the very top left, those two areas that showcase the hero's stats and all that other shit? For starters, when you enter into your hero menu, it starts on the top half, which does not show your gear. So, you don't even see stats with that. All you see are your skills. So if you want to see your gear, you tap down to the second row, or the second row of that column, and then it'll show you all your gear. But have you guys noticed that you don't see the skills now? So it's like, oh, holy fuck! How did this get through the fucking, like, just the quality assurance? Because now, if you wanted to get like a decent picture of this, you'd have to take a picture of your characters on the gear that you're showcasing, and then if you actually are dealing with a unit that has specific Molagora needs and not just plus 15, then you would have to go up to the next tab up to the top. I just find it incredibly stupid, because if you just did a little bit of management to the area right here, you could easily fit the 3 skills on this same page. But you know what? Whatever. It's enough bitching and moaning for absolutely no reason for me. If you guys like this video, please leave a like. It makes me feel good. And if you want to see more of my content, go on ahead and hit subscribe. Later.